In this video, I'm going to show you how to find those untapped KDP niches. Those are those underserved niches that are making sales but don't have a lot of competition. Those are, if you like, those little nuggets of gold that you can find. And I'm going to show you how to do this completely for free, just using Amazon. And it's with what I call the rabbit hole technique. We start at the top of the rabbit hole with a very broad niche, and we work our way down through the little tunnels and finding those little untapped bits of gold. Now, what I suggest doing when you go through a process like this is using some method of recording all these different niches. If you just try and remember them, you'll forget them. So pen and paper, or for a long time I was using Apple Notes and Microsoft To Do. Now I'm using a free piece of software called Asana, which I use to manage my whole business, and it's great for idea capture as well. I use it to manage my website, my YouTube business, my publishing business, my personal organization, and also my accounts. It's very good if you're into sort of organizing yourself, productivity. I'd very much recommend checking it out. Now, earlier this year, I think it was in February, I did do a video on coming up with niche ideas, and I'll leave a link to that video down below in the description. And you can use that method to find ideas and use these as your base to start doing this bit of research I'm going to show you how to do in a moment on finding those little untapped niches. So let's jump straight into it and go over to Amazon. Now we're going to start with a very competitive niche, which is the word search book. Now the thing is, people use that as their niche. I'm going to create a word search book, go straight into it, put up a generic cover, and then wonder why they're not making sales. So what I do is I just start to scroll down, and straight away something catches my eye, which is this KDP book here, published in February 2022, and that is a 1950s word search. So what we do is just open up a new tab. Here I've put in 1950s word search. First thing I do is look at the number of search results, and it says 135. That's a good sign already. That's suggesting that's not a lot of competition for this particular niche. And what I'm looking for are two things. One is the bestsellers ranks of the books, particularly those that are ranking at the top. And I'm looking at how deep the search goes, because that's also going to give me an idea of the competition. So straight away, this looks good. This book's got a bestsellers rank of 36,000. This one, 65,000, good sign again. This one, 733,000, a bit high. This one, 338,000, not too bad. So I'll just do this and I'll scroll down and down, looking at the bestsellers ranks for these 1950s word search puzzles. And we can see that as we go down, quite near the bottom, we're still looking at 1950s word search. So I go on to the second page. Now still at 1950s, but the bestsellers ranks are getting quite high. Although we've suddenly got this one here with bestsellers rank of 85,000. And this one here, this is not a KDP book though, so they may have some other marketing plan going on, but that's got a low bestsellers rank as well. 336,000, so looks pretty good. Now, as we scroll down, what I want to see is other different types of books appearing. And here we've got challenging word searches. We've got 50s, 60s and 70s. We've got Hollywood, 60s, we've got this large print. And so there's less and less books appearing in this particular niche. So if I was looking to rank a book, I think it would be very easy to get onto the second page, and probably onto the first page as well. I think that'd be pretty easy with a good use of keywords. So what I'm going to do is just go back to page 1 and just look at how well these books are optimized for this particular keyword, which is 1950s word search. Well, this one's got it in the title, and it's a pretty long title, and also in the subtitle. Again, in the title, not in the subtitle. This one in the title, this one in the title. So a lot of these books are reasonably optimized. A lot of them don't have any keywords in the subtitle. So I think I could personally do a better job of getting my book there and ranked on the first page. Now, what I did notice when I was scrolling down this page was a book that piqued my interest, and it was this one here. And this was Weston's word search. Now, it has got a high bestsellers rank, but let's go a bit deeper. I'll put that into Amazon as well. Slightly higher number of search results, 454, but still good. But are these books making any sales? Well, we've got this one with a sponsored ad, which we'll just ignore for the moment. So we've got this one here, 637,000. Okay, we've got one here that looks better, 119,000. Now, I've mentioned before in previous videos, what I do like to look for are 3 or more books with bestsellers ranks of less than 300,000. If that's the case, then I know it's going to be worth my while pursuing. Got this one here, 187,000, 284,000. So we've got a few books here with bestsellers ranks of below 300,000. And now, as I said, what I'm looking for is, do these books tail off towards the bottom of the search? Well, we're getting there, and there's still movie, westerns, word search books, bonanza. Let's go on to the second page. Ignore the sponsored ads. We've got John Wayne, westerns, classic westerns, country music, 1950s. So they're starting to tail off. Large print, word search challenge, John Wayne, another western. So again, these are starting to tail off even quicker on the second page. So I know that there's going to be a good chance of getting a book ranked there and get it near the top. I think you do well making decent sales. So let's go back to the home page of our main search for word search, and let's see what else turns up. So we've got summer word search that might be worthwhile pursuing. Large print. Now, I've looked at large print before, and I know those are very competitive. If that was something you were going to go into, you'd probably want to look at a sub niche of large print. We've got Stay Positive, we've got Halloween. I know that's popular. Bible word search, I know that's popular. But again, if you're not familiar with a niche, it's worthwhile just going down that particular rabbit hole and having a look. Okay, we've got Positive Vibes. Oh, this one here. Now, I've not seen this before. Serial Killers word search with a low bestsellers rank of 24,000, selling for $8.99, so decent profit, and has got reviews. So let's open up a tab and look at Serial Killers word search. 222 results. That's great. Again, I've mentioned in previous videos, I like to see a figure of less than 1,000. So let's have a look down here and let's see what books are appearing and see how well they're selling. Well, there's the one we looked at, 24,000, 122,000 from the same publisher, but that's a sponsored ad, 317, 314. So that's sort of around the mark we're looking at, 122,000. And we're getting what books with higher bestsellers ranks. Are they tailing off a bit? Well, we've got horror films here, 38,000. Put that on your list to investigate at another time. True crime. Okay, so we've got another serial killer, true detective, cold case. So with this niche, the serial killers ones, they're falling off on the first page. So that tells me that it would be even easier to rank for this particular keyword in this particular niche. And also it's given ideas for true detective or detective word search puzzles, true crime word search puzzles. Again, you see how we're going down now, deeper and deeper into that rabbit hole, and hopefully finding those little gems of gold. Now, what I do is when I find a book like this that looks unusual and looks interesting, I often look at the author and see what else they're doing. So here we have the author central page for this particular author. Now, they're doing a lot of colouring books, and there's something interesting about this author and about these books. That is, one, they're selling extremely well. There's a lot of colouring books here, but I'm looking at the publication dates: June 2022, April 2022, July 2022, and August 2022. So these are books actually that are selling well and published recently, and they're in the extremely popular and apparently saturated niche of colouring books. So for all of you out there who go, oh, it's all saturated, KDP's saturated, here's a publisher that's found a sub-niche of colouring books. They've put the work in, created these books with good cover designs, published recently, and they are selling well and they're getting reviews. It's not about being saturated, it's about how much work are you willing to put in to find these sub-niches, to create good cover designs and create good interiors. Now, I don't know if this particular publisher is doing any marketing. I did see some Amazon ads there on the word search books, but I don't know if they've got up a, Facebook pages where they're running external ads, got a website, that type of thing. Maybe they've got a group on Facebook of fans of horror colouring books. I don't know. But the fact is, if that's the case, then there's nothing stopping you guys either from doing that same sort of marketing process as well. So there's a good example And again, these ideas can go into your book, on your list, and create a good resource for when you're coming up with ideas as well. So I hope you found that useful. If you are new to publishing books on KDP, or you want to watch that video on how to come up with those broad niche ideas, then I suggest watching this video next. Thank you very much for your time. It is very much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and until next time, goodbye.